Shalom, everybody. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. As you enter the chat, make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm going to give YouTube a few minutes to bring people in. I got a little message I'm hoping to help you all get through the day. A message for the chosen ones. I want to talk about betrayal. You know, when the Most High calls you out of this world, you can expect all hell to break loose. You can expect all kind of things to be thrown your direction. You can expect to be betrayed. It's coming. And I got to let brothers and sisters of the truth know, when you eat of this roll, when you read these scriptures, when you change, when you heal yourself, you don't realize how broken a lot of other people are. And we've all been through what we've been through in life. But chosen ones, when you have fixed a lot of your wrongs, there's a lot of people who come into your life who are still broken, and instead of you having a positive effect on their life like you think you are, they're looking to extinguish your light. They're looking to bring you back in amongst the broken instead of making that change. So you got to be careful who you even surround yourself with in the first place. Your kindness will be taken advantage of. It will be taken for weakness. These are the type of things that happen when you follow the road less traveled. It's bound to happen. One thing you can never do is seek closure from the person who betrayed you. You never do that. Once somebody show you exactly who they are, once somebody violate your trust, once somebody gets exposed, because this is the grace and the mercy of the Most High. He always exposes these people in one shape or another. And he actually exposes them very early on, but it's our carnal desires, it's our flesh, it's our own weakness at times when we let certain people in our lives, and we ignore telltale signs, whether it be a friendship or intimate relationship. We ignore the red flags. A lot of us do. We ignore it. Excuse me. You got to listen to when people are talking. You got to listen to them. And a lot of times, people are not listening. You're not listening to what people are saying to you. They're always telling on themselves. That's why the scriptures tell you to be slow to speak, quick to listen. How many times have you brothers and sisters been betrayed and someone was dishonest with you and somebody operated a certain way, and when you think back on it, you like, man, they were telling on themselves the whole time. There were breadcrumbs being left to show who they truly were. Some of you fellas out there, you getting ran around on by your old lady. You think she loyal, but you know she not loyal. Some of you ladies, you know that some of these guys are manipulating you, playing with your mind, telling you little lies, and you know they're manipulating you. You know they're lying to you. You know they're not being transparent, but you choose not to listen. This is true. So sometimes when these things actually happen, we seeking from closure from the person, from the people, from the friends, from the colleagues, the associates, the ex-girlfriends, the ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends. You're seeking for from closure from them, and it's a vicious cycle of toxicity. You got to know when to cut people off. When you're betrayed, let's make this very clear. You got to cut them off like the malignant root they are. Because when people do things that are out of pocket in your life, and this typically happens when you're about to level up. But when people do these things, you got to cut them short. You got to get rid of them immediately. You cannot look back, because you got to realize that battle is internal as well. Because what choices did you make in life to put this type of person in your circumference? A person that will betray you, a person that will hurt you. So I'm always talking about looking at self. I'm always saying that. But the fact of the matter is, when you're about to level up, ladies and gentlemen, people um, are going to get weeded out of your life. This is a fact. When you're about to reach new heights and new dynamics, you'd be surprised how quick the Most High will start exposing people around you. He'll expose them so quick, especially if you truly repentant and you go into the Most High and you going with Him, confessing your sins, that ye may be forgiven, that you come to Him with a pure heart, with humility, and you submit unto the Most High. And you like, Lord, give me revelation. Reveal to me who is who. You'd be surprised sometimes how quick He will expose those around you. So you can't look from closure from that, from the people who exposed themselves. That was the closure. That was the Most High saying that person is a hindrance to your mission. That person will stop you from where you're going. That person has been a roadblock in your life, even when you don't see it. That person is a stumbling block. You and that person will never grow anything for the Most High. Listen, we're living in a day and an age where it's very important that those of the truth understand that if your relationships are not being used to build up the Most High's nation, to build up His kingdom, to do His work, to do His will, to do the work for the Most High, if your relationships are not conducive for that, then those relationships should be non and void. Those relationships are useless. It's useless. You know, nobody said it would be easy. There's going to be people that do things to you when you're in this truth that will knock the wind out of you. It'll make your heart stop. You'll make your heart skip a beat. Some of the things that people will do, some of the pain that you feel, some of the tears that some of you all are going to shed in this journey. This is not for the weak. The Most High God is not dealing with no weak people. He's not dealing with no people who are reliant on others, for their salvation. He's not dealing with people relying on man who's faulted, relying on people who can hurt you. He's looking for people who are willing to lead any and everybody behind and be prepared to go it alone if they have to, for the Most High, in order to fulfill His purpose. He's looking for people who will cut off people that they love near and dear. They feel some type of way. They in they fee-fees about certain people. But guess what? That person got to go. It ain't nothing like when the Most High tell you that somebody got to go. When the Almighty Himself tell you That person got to go, and your flesh or your, I don't know, your empathy, your compassion, your heart, all those things are telling you you don't want to let that person go. And this goes for friendships, relationships, whatever kind of relationship. But here's the thing, you cannot reach the next level with certain people weighing you down. They're dead weight. They're dead weight. They are not here to do the will of the Father. They're damaged. And there's nothing wrong with being around damaged people if you're helping these people. You're helping a damaged person. But you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, some of you all don't get it. Some people are broke. Damaged is one thing. Some people are totally broken, and they don't have no respect for themselves or others. Some people have sold their soul to Satan. Some people are in agreements with the beast. People that once were reliable, once were people that you may, have some type of feelings for. You're living in a time where there's something going through the DNA of the people. There's something, there's been a metamorphosis. There's been a shift that took place within the souls of a lot of people walking around. And chosen ones, y'all got to understand, because you choose to be of the light, you choose to follow the scriptures, you choose to strive to do better, you choose to strive for righteousness. Even if you're not perfect, none of us are. He who says he's without sin is a liar, the truth ain't in him. But the difference between you and them is you're striving. You still see your soul, you still know who you are, you're still your authentic self, you're still your organic self, you still understand the Most High is real, and you cry out to him, you plead out to him, you're trying to change. You got to understand that you attract a lot of broken people just as well as righteous people. But they gravitate, listen, those people who are sold out, they will gravitate towards you too, because it's y'all's light. It's your resolve. It's the tenacity, it's the will, it's the drive. It's a certain magnetism that chosen ones carry. And a lot of people, they want to extinguish that. They want to break you, essentially. In the spiritual realm, a lot of demons are riled up against you, brothers and sisters. And betrayal is going to happen. And we look for closure. It's like, you know, you have to spare your words when somebody does something that you know is wrong. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You got to know how to you got to know how to say, you know what, I'm moving on. No response, no reply. You got to know how to hit that block button on your phone. You got to know how to delete contacts, because people we don't be remembering phone numbers anyway. Once you delete that contact and block that phone number, they're gone. Give yourself no choice but to move forward. Never look back. And understand what's going to take place with those people who hurt you, who harmed you, who done you wrong, um, who betrayed you, essentially. Proverbs 19:5 says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speak of lies shall not escape. A false witness won't go unpunished. They were not honest with you. And you got to understand, chosen ones, just because you're honest with people, hopefully you're honest. If you're watching and you a chosen one, you got to be honest with people. Fellas, you got to be honest with ladies. Ladies, you got to be honest with the fellas. You got to tell people exactly where you at, what you about. Don't start anything based on lies. Same thing with friendships, any type of relationship. Don't start anything based on lies. Don't manipulate. Don't do any of that. It says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speak of lies shall not escape. He who speak of lies shall not escape. You can't escape the words that come out of your mouth, the energy, the frequency you put out there from the things you say. So you should be careful how you speaking on people. You should be careful what you say. You can't take them words back. And you're not going to escape lies. You're not going to escape slander. You're not going to escape manipulating others. It's going to come. It's best that you be totally transparent, right? Ephesians 6 and 10, it says, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Look, when you feeling weak, when you feeling hurt, when you feeling down, when you feeling just like hopeless, because it seemed like every time you get close to somebody, every time you try to, um, you know, build a strong bond or a strong connection, a person always hurt us. Listen, that is the life of a chosen one. We have to find might, which is strength in the Lord. We have to find strength in the Lord. Like, listen, and when those things happen, he is literally drawing you closer to him. When he sees that you're idolizing another person, it's very jealous, God. That's what it tells you in the scriptures. When he see you're idolizing another individual, when he sees you putting somebody on a pedestal, when he sees that you're not upholding his word because you there's somebody else in your life and you're basically giving them the benefit of the doubt, and you're not following his word because of that person. He's going to remove that. That's a distraction, and that's also someone blocking you from him. The Most High is going to remove the threat, especially if he has a huge calling on your life, especially if he has a huge purpose for you. He's going to remove the threat. He's going to show you. He's going to expose what they're about. He's going to bring to the light who they are, and he's going to give you a choice, because he's looking at it like, you're putting this person before me. Why? Because y'all's bond, y'all's covenant, y'all relationship don't align with my word. But you're trying to manipulate, warp, and distort the scriptures, or however it is, because you're a respecter of persons. So it says, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. You looking for strength when you've been hurt? You need to turn to the Lord, because that's why he hurt you. That's why he allowed that pain. He allowed you to feel that. He allowed you to feel the backlash of your own actions. He's allowed you because he loves you. Matthew 6 and 14. For if we forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. So you forgive those people. You want to know how to get closure? You got to think way above them as chosen ones, as people of the light. You got to think on a whole nother level. Christ said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. You got to legit forgive them for what they did. Not saying go back. Not saying deal with them, but don't carry around any malice in your heart. Don't walk around carrying any hurt and pain. You forgive them for what they done. When it's difficult, but like, you know what? I understand that's a broken person. I understand that person um, is not right. I understand that they wasn't able to take this road. They wasn't able to take that red pill. They wasn't able to um, make the right choice. I forgive them, Lord. I get it. I pray for them. I pray that they I pray the best for them. But hey, at the end of the day, get them out of your life. Keep it moving. Don't carry a no ill will, because what it'll do is it'll harden your heart. It's a reason why in these days it says the love of many shall wax cold. There's a lot of people walking around with hardened hearts. You got to learn how to be betrayed without having your heart hardened, because you realize that you're dealing with broken people in a perverse generation, in a sick society. That's the burden you got to carry as one of the light. You got to feel like an alien to this world. You got to feel out of place. You got to feel peculiar. You got to feel like, you know, the reality of this dismal place that we in, where there's no loyalty, there's no honor. People don't even know what loyalty is these days. You know, a great deal of people, they just use flattery. A great deal of people are snakes in the grass. A great deal of people, they're not right. They're not right. Matthew 24:10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Many shall be offended, many shall betray one another, and many shall hate one another. That's the time you're living in. Many, many people are going to turn cold. Genesis 12:3. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in this and in thee shall all families on the earth be blessed. Listen, chosen ones, whoever bless you, the Most High is going to bless them. Whoever do right by you in life, they're going to get blessings, because that's how powerful you are as people. Now, whoever curse you, whoever do you wrong, oh, Lord have mercy on them. Whoever harm you, there ain't nothing you can do to get back at them. It ain't nothing you can do. You leave it into the hands of the Most High. A lot of times we as people stand in the way of his judgment. We stand in the way of what he wants to do. Why? Because we want to take matters into our own hands. No, understand, whoever bless me, you blessed. Whoever support me, you're supported. Whoever speak highly of me, people going to speak highly of you. Whoever show me love, you're going to be shown love. Why? Because you're chosen. That's the way you got to think. Now, whoever lie to me, slander me, betray, swindle, disrespect, they're going to be cursed. The Most High is going to keep them in a lowly place. He's going to keep them in a loop. And they're going to be trapped in a vicious cycle where they're going to be continuing to do the same thing, which is utter madness. That's how it happens. They get trapped in madness. So for some of you all chosen ones, you were their last beacon of light. You were their last hope. And then once they lost you, once you remove yourself out of the equation, oh, they're going to feel it. Oh, they're going to feel it when you're gone. Oh, Lord, they're going to know it. They're going to understand who they were in the midst of. Thank you for the support, family. I appreciate it. Once you gone, oh, they're going to feel it. And for some of them, you were their grace. Most High put you in it. Y'all crossed paths. Some of it was for a season, some of it for a time period or whatever. But you crossed paths with that individual because you were sit there as an olive branch from the Almighty, because he knew you were strong enough to deal with that. So count it all joy. Don't walk around with heavy laden because somebody had done you wrong, or some of y'all then, just been betrayed, lied to, a person was moving a certain way, don't walk around and let that weigh down on you. Don't do it, brothers and sisters, because I know that in this current time, a lot of us going through betrayal. I know this for a fact. Brothers is getting cheated on by their old ladies. Uh, sisters are getting manipulated and lied to, and these guys are cheating too because men can cheat too if they're not honest with these women, and that's a painful thing. So you got people walking around, going through, that level of betrayal. You got people who are getting swindled because it's desperate times out here. Yo, Levi, thanks for the 20 says, thank you for the powerful message. I appreciate it. Thank you, family. The scriptures go on to tell us. Mark 11 and 25. And when ye stand praying, forgive, if ye have aught against any, that your Father also which is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses. When you pray, release all tension, all hatred, all malice, all resentment. Don't have no type of aught with any. This will help you actually be able to remove, just to keep moving. I want y'all to think about it. How many people have done us wrong in this walk that we subconsciously held on to, and it molded our behavior. And this goes for ladies and gentlemen. How many times have you been betrayed in, let's use relationships as an example. Let's say relationships. How many times have you been betrayed by your so-called significant other? Moved on, that's your ex, but you actually held on to that. You didn't pray, you didn't go to the Most High with no type of tension in your heart. You didn't forgive them. How many people have done that? And it dictated how you feel about people. It dictated how you feel about individuals in general. It actually dictated how you move. It hardened your heart and you didn't even realize it. There's a lot of people sitting in a pulpit. There's a lot of people sitting in churches. There's a lot of people sitting in religious uh, positions, so to speak, who got hardened hearts. They got hardened hearts. And they're not going to be able to judge properly. They're not, it knocks your discernment off, it knocks everything off. So when you go to the Most High praying, you gotta let them know, listen, I forgive whatever was done to me, the manipulation, the lies, you know, being false, falsely accused, whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, forgive them. Forgive them. Let me see it. The scriptures go on to say in Matthew 7 and 12, therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law of the prophets. Whatever people do to you, the same kind of energy they put out, that's the same energy that you give back. They don't care, you don't need to care. They show no respect for you, you don't need to show no respect. You got to give people the same energy they give you. You got to legit reflect that energy. Seriously, that's very important. That'll help you avoid a lot of things. Psalms 41 and 9. Yea, my own familiar friend, as whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, have lifted up his heel against me. Ooh. It ain't no pain like that. When you have very good intentions, chosen ones, when you come into a person's life and you want nothing but the best for them, and you came into their life to help them elevate. You came in their life, you fed them. You know you were a good person entering their life, and you were only there to make them level up. You were only there to bring them closer to the Most High. You were only there to do what's right. Your intentions were never to hurt that person. It was just all love. And that person that you trusted, wow, lift their heel up against you, man. It's something. It'll knock the wind out you. It'll make you feel some type of way. And you got people out here getting murdered out here because they don't know how to find closure. You got people out here who take it to the streets because it's difficult to find closure without this word. It's difficult to find closure without this foundation, without the law of the prophets, without the scriptures, without turning to these words that the Most High have put out here for us to deal with this, because he knows we're going to deal with this. He knows what people are going to do to us, y'all. The moment when you woke up, brothers and sisters, it was on. It was on and popping. The moment you woke up, them demons was riled up and they started gravitating towards you, and their goal was to stop progress. Y'all gotta understand, Satan has agents too. And those agents' job is to stop you from leveling up, stop you from reaching the next level. They don't want you to reach your full potential. When there's some drastic changes happening in life, a lot of times these betrayals happen as well. When something big is about to happen, the Most High will remove people out of your life because he know you're about to go somewhere that they can't go. They're not permitted to go. He's pulling you somewhere big. And this is like dead weight. He's like, no, this is big. This person is not in agreement with you. I need to place you here, up here. This person is down here. I need to place you up here. So I need you to feel the pain of the betrayal from this individual so you don't ever go back down here. So you don't go back down here, because when you know what it was like down there, you remember how it felt. And then you have a lot of people who tell on themselves, but we disregard it. You got to think about what are the things that people are offering you in life. Some of the people that's in y'all lives right now. Are they promoting good habits or bad habits? Are they a blessing or a curse? Are they a hindrance or are they lifting you up? Are they supporting or are they taking away? It goes on to say, I could do all, and this is Philippians 4:13. I could do all things through Christ, which strengthened me. I could do all things through Messiah, who strengthened me. People wonder how we able to just move on, how we able to just hit that block button, how we able to just cut you off, regardless of how we feel, because Christ strengthens us. The man who was portrayed, the ultimate betrayal, Judas. Judas, you betrayed me with a kiss? Betrayed by his own people. We talking about the man who endured ultimate betrayal. They said, give us Barbers. Y'all take the Messiah. So it is strength in him because of what he endured. He knows what it's like to be betrayed more than anybody, more than any man that walked the face of this planet. Messiah knew what betrayal was more than anybody. That's why it says, hey, I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me. You can still keep your head up high. You can still continue moving. You can still you can still continue being transcending, elevating, maneuvering in prosperity and love and light, because he can strengthen you. Because what don't break you will make you. The things that you go through with people, when they hurt you, and those times that you to yourself and you cry because that person done done you wrong. They done took your kindness for weakness. You done trusted them, and they didn't expose themselves. Those times that you've been through what you've been through, that pain, that gut wrenching pain, that those moments of sadness is very sad when you're hurt by somebody else that you looked out for, that you had love for. But during those moments, you're becoming stronger. And then it comes to the point nobody can hurt you. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing nobody can do. That's what the Messiah wants you. That's what the Most High wants you. He wants you to a place of stoicism. He's not dealing with nobody weak. That's what y'all gotta understand. He's only dealing with the strong. Luke 22:3. Then enter Satan into Judas, surname Iscariot, being of the being under the number of the 12. So when Judas betrayed the Messiah, it says Satan entered him. Like literally, that wasn't Judas no more. When y'all betrayed, when the enemy exposed himself, that posed as a friend, because that's how they come. You know, the crazy thing about betrayal never comes from people who aren't friends and family, or someone, a loved one, or uh, some type of intimate relationship. It never comes from outsiders. Betrayal only comes from those close, right? But it says, and Satan entered them. So y'all can understand, whoever betrayed you, whoever lied on you, whoever's backbiting, whoever's gossiping, whoever's talking behind your back, y'all can understand. Satan entered them. That's Satan. The Most High is showing you Satan. He's showing you the nature of the beast. He's showing you how they move. You think that that person just did that? Whatever it is they done, whatever it is they said, whatever they done to you, do you believe that it was just by their own merit? No, Satan jumped in. Why? Because there's a lot of weak people out here who are open catalysts. They got all kind of demons in them. And as chosen ones, a lot of times we believe, because we have a positive impact on people's lives, we think that we can save everybody, and you can't. You think you can change, you think you can change an individual, and you can't. The Most High only used you to help them. You got to look at it like you were their last chance. I was your last chance. You don't know who you were in the midst of. You was in the midst of one of God's people. How many people you know, ladies and gentlemen, that when you were in a life that was becoming better people, they were becoming better people, even when it was difficult. They might not have liked your methods. They might not have liked what you were saying. They might have fought you tooth and nail. But they were becoming better. They were elevating. They were getting closer to the Most High. But they just ended it because the road was too tough. You're going to have a lot of people like that who are gravitating towards the light, they're gravitating with you. This how it goes. Y'all, you up here, chosen ones, you up here, they down here, but you was at a point in your life where you stooped down, you met them down here, and then you carried them up. And then when it got too rough, this is what happened. And then they resented you for it. They resented you. Or you started to move up with them and they say, it's getting too tough. It's getting too rough in this truth. I don't know about these commandments. I'm putting away shrimp. I'm putting away crab. I'm putting away this. You know what? I just, this is too much. I can't do this. I'm gone. Let me burn that bridge. Let me cut that person. Let me hurt that. I can't go with them. And they sabotage. They sabotage their own salvation. That's what happens. And guess what? 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, that when you brung them right there, guess what? They right back down here. They done elevated only to go back into the world. Only to go back into nonsense. That's how it goes. Yeah, real talk. Somebody said, oh, okay, let me see. Okay, I thought I seen something else. Okay, cool. Great. Romans 3:23. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of Yah. All have sinned and fell short of the glory. You and I have sinned. Nobody's perfect. And this will also help you to be able to forgive those people. You have to. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. We've experienced a lot of things in life because of our own mistakes to a degree and our own weaknesses. When there's a breach in our beliefs, when there's a breach in what we know is true, know to be true, and we allow that breach in any aspect, in any dynamic of your life, an invader is able to disrupt progress. And a betrayer, a scoffer, a liar, someone's able to manipulate that situation because you had some weakness. It's the only way. Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. You can't walk in the counsel of the ungodly to avoid these situations. You got to understand, you can no longer surround yourself with certain people who carry certain energy and certain vibrations, who do certain things. You can't be around certain people who partake in certain activities as well. Brothers and sisters, it's time. Those people who are using recreational drugs and people who are doing certain things, have certain habits, you can no longer be around those people. It's over. Your spirit is now convicted. Why? Because you done been in situations where you were betrayed by those people. You done been in situations where people who done certain activities almost jeopardize your faith, almost harden your heart, almost turned you malice, almost turned you into a wolf, because that's what happens. You walking in the counsel of people who ain't of the Most High, you will turn into those people. Make no mistake about it. Evil communication corrupt good manner. You will turn into them. That's why it says, blessed is the man that walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. It's time that we be set apart. You looking for closure from people who are ungodly. How could you seek closure from somebody who don't have closure in their life? How could you seek closure from an individual who is a hamster in a wheel, unable to see? So much so, a lot of y'all are being taken for granted because they can't even see who they had in front of them. Ain't that crazy? When a person don't even know who they're in the presence of, you seeking closure from a person who didn't even know who you were. Imagine that. You want to say final words, and some of y'all break up with somebody because they done you wrong, or they done broke y'all's covenant that y'all had together and betrayed you. And some of y'all want to have final words, and we need to say this, we need to talk about that. Listen, let's make this clear. Brothers and sisters of the Most High, they didn't even know who you were. You trying to get closure from them. People who don't even know who you were. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Exactly. John 13:21. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit, and testified and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. How many of you all have been troubled in the spirit and didn't know where it was coming from? How many of y'all have been troubled in the spirit and then shortly after, somebody betrays you? Somebody all of a sudden does something that basically forces you to remove them out of your life. And you don't even know where the trouble was coming from. It's like you just felt uneasy. May have been tossing and turning, couldn't sleep. And then out of nowhere, things just started changing. People start changing. People start moving different. You don't even know where the trouble is coming from. When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said, verily, verily, I said unto you that one of you shall betray me. The Messiah was troubled. He felt what was going to happen. And this goes back to we as chosen ones, as enlightened ones, as empathetic people. There's signs. There's feelings, there's emotions. One thing about it, when you are of sober mind, when you are of a sound mind, like Christ was, he was of a sound mind. This is why he was troubled, because he felt and he knew exactly what it is. When it happens to us, a lot of the times we feel trouble, don't know what's going to happen. There's something don't feel right. It's just an impulse. Something just doesn't feel right. Christ was so sober minded and sound minded and clear in mind. He knew exactly what it was. He said, okay, I have this feeling here. Somebody's going to betray me. It wasn't just paranoia. It was the truth. It was the Almighty telling him, okay, one of these men are going to betray you. This is why it's important to be sober-minded, of a sound mind. And when I say sober-minded, I'm not saying don't have a drink sometimes or nothing like that. I'm talking about sober-minded. meaning you're not inundating yourself with filth. You're not veering off into vain philosophy and nonsense, or putting drama out there in your life, or being entertained constantly by nonsense. Your mind is sober. You're clear at thought. You're not bombarding yourself with nonsense. Another thing I want to point out about this verse, he knew he was going to be betrayed. Hey, truth rises. Get block truth rises. Moderator, if I have a moderator in the building, block truth rises. Get him out of there. Foolish. Now, one thing I noticed also about that scripture, it goes on to tell us, it says, he knew it was coming, as if when you come into this truth, when you have this light, there's going to be betrayal coming. But let's continue. Judges, and we had Judges 16 and 15. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times. How could you say you love me if your heart ain't with me? You know, a lot of people throw the word love around like it's nothing. Everybody love. Brothers and sisters, look out for those people who love bomb. Look out for those people. How can somebody love you if their heart ain't with the Most High? Let me repeat that. How can somebody love you if their heart ain't with the Most High? They don't know what love is. They don't know what love is. They're not honoring his law, statutes, and commandments. They're not serving the Most High. They don't understand love. But they can spew it on you. It's to knock your defenses down. It's a tactic to get you to feel comfortable. You don't know what love is. Has the Lord showed you how to love yourself? How can you love me if you don't love you? You know how many broken people running around telling people they love them? They ain't even came to realization that they don't know what love is. Love is doing the will of the Father. Love is bound to something greater than yourself. Love is sacrifice. How can people of the world run around talking about I love you? They don't know what love is. It's only used as a manipulation tactic to get you, brothers and sisters, who know the light, who know the Most High, who have a personal relationship. It's only a tactic that's used to lower your defenses so you'll never see him coming. Joel Osteen get up there on the pulpit and he say, love, 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 all damn day. But then when that hurricane hit Texas, he ain't let them people in his church. They said they heard Joel Osteen cussing him out through the doors. Yep. Somebody said self-love, we are worthy. Right. Yeah, I had to get rid of that dude. That pretty much is the lesson. Let me see. Let's build with y'all for a little bit. But you can find closure in these scriptures. And you can avoid this from ever happening to you, brothers and sisters, again. Instead of seeking closure from those people who done it. So, yeah, I had to get rid of the truth rises because talking about all these laughing emojis, Breed can't leave the drink alone. Let me make this clear. You disrespect me in my chat, you're going. We having a real serious discussion right now. You're gonna say something so foolish. As if you're trying to say I'm an alcoholic or something. Like, what we do that at? And I've seen you in my chat a while. Like, what even made you say that? And you can, and for the record, the scriptures allow you to have a drink. We talking about the Messiah turned water into wine. So don't come in here if you immature, you strange and weird. All right, thank you, brother, for the 10. Says all praises to the Most High, Yah, for the spiritual devotion. Shalom, kingdom family. Shalom, brother. Yeah. Somebody said Christ is a wine bibber, and I love to drink with him. Let me get this person out of here. Actually, put them on timeout because I don't think they understand what they're saying. A wine bibber is a disrespectful term. What's wrong with you? A wine bibber is what they would call Christ because he liked to have a drink, particularly when you've gone through something for infirmities, particularly when somebody's betrayed you, hurt you, a loss in the family, things like this. There's times where you want to have a drink because it helps you to resolve the issue. Deal with the stress every now and then, not being no drunk or not falling out pissy drunk. Yeah, that's the devil at work. They always show out in this chat. They can't. Anytime it's a yeah. Anytime we having a holy convocation and a good solid Bible lesson, you see the devils. They always come out showing themselves up in these daggone chats. Because I'm gonna tell you something, people. We rile up a lot of spirits when we doing this truth. The enemy comes when we speak in this truth. Surely the enemy comes and the folly ensues. The folly. You got to understand when it's a serious lesson, when it's some real message being conveyed, before you in the chat laughing and playing and speaking crazy. Yeah, you got to choose to pick up that book instead of picking up that cell phone when you going through it with people. Pick up that book. Pick up that book over that cell phone. You want closure in a situation where people have done you wrong? Instead of picking up that phone, calling the same individuals, trying to seek closure, you pick up that book and get your closure. You find your strength in the Lord. You find your strength in the words of the Almighty. You find your peace in Him. And you heal. You heal yourself. I'm not telling people to not go through the motions and go through the feelings. I can't tell you how to feel when somebody has done what they done. I could just tell you what to do. If you need to take some time to yourself, a month to yourself, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if you need a whole year to yourself, brothers and sisters, to be with the Lord because somebody done you dirty. If you need to just do it, do whatever you need to do. Can't nobody tell you how to feel about what you've been through. If you need to, you know, do what you need to do and be alone. Just no self-pity. Don't sulk. Don't sulk in the pain that you've been through with people. Don't harbor any ill will. Don't harbor any malice. It is what it is. People gonna be who they gonna be. Yeah, somebody said they love to say get over it. Yeah, you don't have to get over. The way you get over it is you go through the motions before you put yourself out there, whether it's friendship or whatever kind of relationship. Thanks for the 20, Bino. Says simply thank you, bro, for everything. You're welcome, fam. You're welcome. And There's some great things about to happen for the chosen ones. There's a lot of vindication coming y'all's way. You're gonna be vindicated for all that you've been through, and that's the truth. Trust in the Most High, trust in the Almighty, and we got 9:15 in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the likes up over 1,000. Everybody hit the like button if you've gained understanding and edification. Get those likes up. Somebody said, go through those growing pains and it makes you strong. It really does, man. It'll come to the point, can't nobody knock you off your post. Let me put it to you this way. With the Most High blessed, no man can curse. Chosen ones, with what the Lord has given y'all, nobody can take it away. He loved you that much where he'll put you through the pain and get them out of your life. He's protecting you like a prized possession. The Lord loved you that much. He protecting you that much, y'all. Yo, Patricia, thank you for the $20 contribution. Says blessing and peace. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dean Martin, thank you for the 10. I appreciate it. Yep. He loved you that much, man, that he won't let nobody steal the gift that he's giving. He won't let nobody compromise what he's using you for in life. Don't you be a hindrance to his plan by allowing people to come in and out of your life like a revolving door. Don't let you be that one. Don't you stand in the way of your own blessings because you don't know how to let go. You got to let go. Turn to him. This walk is not easy, but better believe it's a reward. It's very rewarding. And it can be very fulfilling if you are obedient and you're disciplined to what he tell you. It can be a remarkable journey if we just stop standing in our own way and let people do what people gonna do. All for peace. Thank you for the 26. Thank you, Bree, for your masterful teaching. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Rose Vaughn, thank you for the 20. I appreciate the support. All praises to the Most High. And I'm hoping that this is a strong message that got you all through the day. I appreciate everybody for showing up and supporting the broadcast, and it's been highly appreciative. And I'm about to get ready to go ahead and catch a plane, go back to Georgia. Thank each and every one of y'all, man. It's been an honor and a blessing building with y'all. Support the content at newbreed.love. Get yourself some love notes. Stimulate the economy of the Israelites. Thank each and every one of y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Thank y'all. With that being said, shalom and peace.